I think in 2021, it's finally time to save the bees. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's it. We're almost there. We're almost done with 2020. It's the end of December. We're getting there. We're so close. We can do it. We can make it through. And since it is the end of the year, I thought I'd also take some time to come up with a New Year's resolution like a lot of people do. I know we all want to put this year behind us, but if we want change to happen, we have to make the change happen ourselves. We can't just sit around and wait for someone else to do it. We have to get active and make change happen. And this includes in our own daily lives. If you want to see better results tomorrow, you gotta put in the work and effort today. And so that is why I wanted to come up with a New Year's resolution and talk a little bit about how I'm going to achieve those goals in 2021. But first, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can see my journey to living more sustainably, and hopefully by next year's time you can see that I have completed these goals. Also, I apologize for the lighting. It gets dark so early here now that by the time I'm situated and actually sit down to film, it's dark outside, and then I have to balance the lights. It's horrible. Doesn't work. So I have a few larger goals that I want to accomplish in 2021, as well as a few more smaller specific goals. So let's first talk about these kind of larger, more lifestyle change goals. The first one is I really want to work on cutting back the amount of meat I consume. So I've been trying to kind of shift to a more flexitarian diet, and flexitarian, that I'll probably do a video on this later, it's where you eat mostly vegetarian meals with some still meat meals in there. And this kind of diet works best with how my health is and my lifestyle. But with how 2020 has been, although I've kind of tried to shift to the flexitarian diet, it's been really difficult for me just with COVID and stress and everything else going on. It just wasn't something I was able to do this past year. So in 2021, I really want to focus on it as one of my big goals for the year. I think I'll make it more of a gradual change this time because I try to do cold turkey, and I should know that just doesn't work for me. It's the gradual change that works. It'll be very similar to how I cut back on cow's milk and kind of switch to plant-based. And I actually did do a video on that, so you can check out the link here if you want to see how I was able to completely cut out cow's milk in a very gradual, easy way that just worked really well, that built the habit of not wanting cow's milk. I want to now do the same when it comes to meat. And to be clear, for my flexitarian diet, my goal is to get to 2 vegetarian meals a day and then 1 meal with meat, probably dinner. It might switch off between dinner and lunch, with occasionally breakfast being the meal because I love me some bacon. In other words, another way to look at this is I'll have 7 meals that have meat and 14 meals without meat per week. If someday I can go even fewer meals with meat, cool, that's great. But this is my main goal for now, for the next year, because this is a big lifestyle change, and like I said, I can't just go cold turkey. We're going to transition and try to cut back as much as we can, because really that's all any of us can do. Try to cut back. And don't worry, I'll be sure to make plenty of videos on my progress and how I'm going to make the transition and more specifics on the gradual change I'm going to do. So hopefully more people can try it as well and see if this works for them. Another big goal I want to do is shop locally more, especially when it comes to food. This is again something I have kind of tried to do but wasn't able to do very well this year because, well, with the pandemic, a lot of farmers markets were closed for us, so I couldn't go to a farmer's market and buy directly from a farmer. I had to go to the grocery store because that was just the best and easiest option. Money has also been tight. Last April, I did a video on community-supported agriculture, and again, linked here if you want to check out that video and learn more about this. But so you know what this is, it's basically a program that allows you to buy food directly from a farmer. It's also really cool because you actually get to know them as a person. most of the programs allow it, so at some point you get to visit the farm, so which is especially fun if you have kids, and the farm has animals too, and you get to see the process, how it works, get to know someone, and just support someone that lives in your community. And again, it's just the more sustainable option since you're buying local. I had wanted to try it this past year, but again, with the pandemic, a lot of these programs either got shut down or it was more difficult and just didn't really work. It's also can be a little pricier sometimes, so it's difficult to get it to work in the tight budget I had for 2020, but it is something I definitely want to try in 2021, and hopefully it works out, and if it does, it'll definitely be something I continue to do in the future and just make more friends with farmers in my area. Some more specific goals I have are pretty standard. I want to cut back on plastic more if I can. I've already cut back a ton, especially this year and the year before, but I want to go even further and cut back in more areas that I can. I want to be more package free when I'm able to. Finally, I really want to get involved locally more. I'm a big proponent of think global, act local. And people often forget how much of a difference they can make just by getting involved in local government in their own town. Whether that's actually getting elected or even something as simple as going and voting, going to town hall meetings, stuff like that. Just get involved in local politics and impact policy that's being made in your own town. Your local reps are elected and they want to stay in their position. So if you come to them with a request, they are likely to listen, especially if you keep bugging them repeatedly until they do finally do what you need them to do. Just do it, get involved. It's great. I'm planning on trying to get involved more too, and I can't wait. And for fun, 2 other goals I have for 2021 that are not sustainable related. I want to read a lot more, which I've already started working on. I'm doing like this 100 book reading challenge thing that I kind of just made up with the 100 notable books of 2020, which is a list New York Times comes out with every year. By the time the list comes out next year, I want to have read all 100 books. Or at least we're trying to read all 100 books. I also finally got my library card for this new town, new-ish town I'm in. I've been here for a year. Finally got my library card. I've also been listening to a whole lot more audiobooks, especially when I'm doing work around the house or just sitting playing games on my computer. I'll put on an audiobook to listen to. Another goal is I want to paint a lot more. I've been missing painting so much. It is something that's really important to me and good for my mental health and sanity. So I want to paint more, and then as a bonus, if I can find more sustainable ways to paint, that would be really cool. And I definitely want to post more painting videos on this channel, because although it's not really sustainable related, it's something that's important to me and something I really enjoy, and so I do want to share it with you guys if you're interested. And even if you're not interested, you're still probably gonna get videos, because I love painting. The rest of my New Year's resolutions are for me and me alone. You can guess what they are if you feel like it, but I want to keep them to myself. We are so close to finishing 2020. Let's make 2021 a beautiful, amazing year. Let's focus on just doing great things and doing our best. And if our best is just getting out of bed every day, then that's it. That is okay. You don't need to be going soaring and doing crazy things. Just living your best life, whatever that is for you. Please live it. I believe in you. So let's make 2021 a great year. Also, let me know what your sustainable goals are for 2021. I'm very curious, and maybe I'll try to implement some of them along with my goals. We'll see. I think I have my hands full with the goals I already have. And as always, if you liked this video, make sure to leave a like down below. That way I know. And also subscribe to the channel to join the journey to living more sustainably. If you'd like to keep up on my own journey to living more sustainably in between uploads, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all linked down below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.